I spent the last 10 years reprogramming, healing who I was. I'd spent years and years and years prior to that burying, unhealed trauma, burying things that I just thought if I ignored them, they just would literally go away. Trauma in your body, unhealed, will turn into so many different things. Your nervous system's always trying to regulate these things, and it's working overtime. People who have anxiety, they're 100% always on. Their adrenal fatigue is higher because there's things that they have unresolved in them. In today's episode, we're going to talk about aging back. How many times in a day someone who tells me, I can't believe you're 51. You look like you're in your 30s. What's the secret? What is the secret to the fountain of youth? And for many years, I would say, I work out. I do believe that working out, we create new cells. I would say I drink a gallon of water a day, 2.5 liters minimum a day. I don't drink coffee because I think coffee pulls out the collagen in your skin. Do your own research. And I meditate. But what I really found was my answer was, I said I was always happy. I'm just happy. But there's some truth to it. So let's think about this. Now, about these two plants, talking to them and giving them, you've ever seen the experiment where they say all these nice things to one plant, and the next plant, they tell them you're terrible, you're bad, and you don't give it any love. And I know people who own plants, they actually speak to their plants. I have 2 or 3 that are still alive, and I do speak to them. And I do believe there's something that comes with giving that energy into the plant. So if you think about you being the plant and how you speak to yourself, that's number 1. Number 2, what thoughts are you always thinking about yourself or your life, or what you've lived so far in your life? What memories, what experiences are contributing to either the growth of that beautiful side of you, that plant nourishing, growing, or another part that may be, causing you to age and be negative and not feel good? I do believe that when we have disease in the body, it's dis-ease in the body. And there's a book called The Body Keeps Score. You can go take a look at it. It's in my Amazon link. But we really don't realize, because we don't see the immediate effect of it. But if you think about it, trauma in your body, unhealed, will turn into so many different things. Let's take a narcissist, for example. Person who's a narcissist, or someone with toxic behavior. Not that I'm excusing their behaviors or what has happened in their lives, but they've gone through something to bring them to that place where they believe that is the method. That's how you live life. Either they're toxic, how they are, how they behave, but they don't realize that behavior, how they're behaving, because they're actively in it. So they can't have that reflection or look beyond and say, hey, why am I doing this? Why is this happening? Because most of the time they're in victim mode. So it's everybody else's fault, right? You'll see people like that will end up with so many ailments. They'll have strokes, the ones that are attracting, cancer and whatnot. I'm not here to debate, who gets what cancer, or ailments, but you'll see people who complain a lot about body problems, ailments. A lot of it's produced by them, by their own thoughts, their own beliefs. So you've got that going, right? You've got these beliefs that are coming or going, either good or bad for you. I've spent the last 10 years reprogramming, healing who I was. I'd spent years and years and years prior to that burying, unhealed trauma, burying things that I just thought if I ignored them, they just would literally go away. And if they went away, then, I bury them and I don't think about them, but they were subconsciously affecting my behavior. They were affecting so many different things in my life. And if you think about it, when people drink alcohol, they're trying to numb that feeling, those emotions. They're trying to do something. So there's always a Band-Aid going on somewhere: smoking, drugs, whatever, sex, you name it, trying to numb those unresolved emotions in you. This is why I teach emotional mastery. This is why it has literally changed my life, becoming the master of my emotions. If you had not taken my program, Accessing the Quantum for Emotional Self-Mastery, you need to go take it. But it's if you think about what's aging you, it's who you are. Yes, life will come in the way, the foods you eat, what you're doing, that's also going to contribute to it. But if you want to really start looking like you're younger and feeling younger, women go and get facelifts because they haven't done that healing work. They go and get the facelifts thinking that it's going to, yes, it'll make your face appearance change, but really you're still the same person underneath with just a different mask now. And if you think about it, you see grumpy women, you'll see people who are really like, they just got a scowl on their face all the time. It's just like, well, that's what's going on inside of them, because they haven't found a place where, happiness is here. Your energy is going to speak so much more to the people around you and where you are. Excuse me. People will get drunk on your energy when you're in a high vibration, and they will gravitate towards you. So if you think about it, the type of people that come into your life are going to be attracted to the type of energy that you're putting out. So it all comes back to you. I do eat high vibrational foods. I don't eat a lot of meat. I don't eat any red meat. Not saying being vegan is the way, because that's not always the way. There's just certain things that I like to eat, and I like to decalcify my pineal gland, but I'm also really good to my body. Self-care is so underutilized. People are walking around with extra weight, or they're walking around with extra trauma, lots of trauma that they could literally leave behind. And sometimes the band-aids that we use in life aren't really the things that are going to help us grow older and feel amazing. You'll always hear people who are like, oh my gosh, that person was they were 40 years old and they dropped dead from a heart attack. We don't know what was going on in their lives prior. We don't know what they'd been living with, what was affecting the heart, what was things that were in them that they were struggling with every single day that they didn't move. If you think about, everything holds energy, a belief holds energy, an emotion holds energy, a memory holds energy, an unresolved issue holds energy. Your nervous system's always trying to regulate these things, and it's working overtime. People who have anxiety, they're 100% always on. Their adrenal fatigue is higher, because there's things that they have unresolved in them. When women come work with me, they stop taking their anxiety medication, because now they become the master of themselves. They're master of their emotions. They control their emotional state, right? Instead of their emotional state controlling them. And I truly believe this is the secret to growing older. Really being in a place where you are happy, where you're worry-free. Worry seems to be the go-to place for so many people. If they can't control something, well, what will they do? They will worry about it. My mom is a worry wart. She loves to worry. Most moms worry about their kids. I'm trying to work on that with my children. It's just human nature, right? But I try not to worry about a situation in my life. If something goes wrong, I'm always here to say, well, you know what? Maybe this rejection is redirection. If something didn't go as planned, well, maybe what can I learn here? What can I see here? If it didn't work out, okay, what next is coming? It's so amazing. That's going to be even better than the thing that I thought I wanted. You have to allow yourself to find the silver lining, the gem, the things in your life. If you always are complaining about things not going right and worrying about things, you're going to attract more worry into your life. And there's only so much your human can take. And so every time you worry, think about it. It's a negative emotion, right? And so if you think about back to the original part of this talk, the plant is you. With that worry, constant anxiety, saying, negative things to yourself, not treating your body healthy, knowing you should go work out instead of, eating something that's unhealthy for you or having a cocktail or whatever it is. You have to be the person that advocates for you, right? So if you choose to grow younger and don't want to have a facelift and want to look 20 years younger than you do, I believe that my methods are very much something that work. I do believe that there's a change in your energy, which means a change in your cells. I'll give you one more thing. Whenever women come work with me, I always tell them to take a picture the day they start with me and then a year later. I will tell you there's a glow to them. There's a difference in them. It's like they come alive. They look younger, they feel younger, they have this vibrancy about them, because we are moving things out of them that are there taking up space, adding to the aging of who they are, to the aging. I truly believe every ailment in my body just literally heals itself. I really do. I feel that way. And when women can work with me, they stop taking medication, they stop living on certain things, they stop needing things, because they now have the ability to move through the day without having to have something else. I've had one of my clients, she's an anesthesiologist. She's into pain management. And once we worked through some of her issues around, some places where she was actually showing up as a victim. This woman is very successful, has 2 or 3 practices, and she also does beauty things for women. She realized that she'd been holding on to a belief system so long, and that she wasn't going to the gym because she had these pains. And now she's going to the gym every single day. Her body's changed, her energy's changed, and she's an anesthesiologist. You just don't realize what you're holding on to. This stuff will age you. It will age you. So it's our job to get it out. Whatever means necessary. Is it the easiest thing to do, to dredge up things that you don't want to talk about and live over again, and you thought you could just ignore them? No, it's not easy sometimes, but awareness is key. And if you think that your subconscious isn't running the show, I got nothing come for you. It does. It's there every single day, picking up the pieces, dictating whether or not you do something. It's like this: when you have like a knee that doesn't work, what's going to happen is left knee doesn't work. What's going to happen is you're going to overcompensate with your right knee. And then your right knee all of a sudden will have all this pain in it. You're like, I don't know why the right knee hurts. Then your right hip will hurt. Then your right ankle will hurt, because you're literally trying to hold something on the left side that's really the original pain. And now you've got all these other side effects happening because you didn't get to the root of the problem. And when you think about it, if you believe that you can heal yourself, you can. And if you realize that there are things that you're thinking about on a daily basis that are just aging you, and if you have ailments in you right now and you are not sure why you have them, I would invite you to look into something maybe inside of you that maybe needs to be let go of right now, needs to be released. Maybe there's a younger version of yourself that needs to come through. You think of an older woman who has the scowls, or old men who are just grumpy. Their lines on their face are a roadmap. They're showing you where all their anger is, where all their unhealed pain is, where their grumpiness is. It's all showing up. If you want to be wrinkle free, yes, put on your vitamin, put on your sunblock, yes. But there's also other ways of really regenerating your cells. Because with new beliefs comes new energy. Then you're upgrading your energy, you're upgrading your cells, you're moving at warp speed, you're going into the quantum, you're moving matter out and inviting new energy in. Your consciousness shifts. You will age backwards. I know this is a really big conversation, but it's one that needs to be had, and I'll have more conversations around it. Again, if you haven't taken Access to the Quantum through Emotional Self-Mastery, go grab that program. I would love you to go check out our swag shop. We've got great stuff in there. And if you feel like this episode was powerful and someone else needs to hear it, please share. Maybe put it in your stories and tag someone. Somebody needs to hear this, and leave us a review. Also, there's a program called Heal to Receive. You can grab that as a starter. But listen, there's things that are going on right now inside of you, and that might be aiding to your aging. Think about where you're going to be 20 years from now, 10 years from now, 5 years from now. A decade is a long time, but it really isn't. What's going to be aged on you? Do you want your outsides to reflect what's going on the insides? Because you can affect the insides, and your outsides will be just the beautiful benefit from it. All right. Thanks for listening and tuning in. Bye for now.